Hi, welcome to the first episode of Rikkle Tips for Nox Archaist, the 2020 role-playing game for Apple II, Mac, Windows, Linux, and whatever platform that can run an emulated Apple II.
Nox Archaist.
So today we'll be talking about the first steps, meaning getting from level 1 to level 2 and the way I would play it if I were to play it normally and you know, getting one's feet wet. It's not necessarily single, very specific tip. It's just a way to show new players um, how the game runs in the, first 10, 15 minutes of the game. I'm playing right now on Windows, on Apple Win, the Apple Win emulator. And in order to just go faster in this video, I'm going to play a little faster than usual, probably about 3 times faster than usual. So you'll hear very fast music. You'll watch the characters animate faster. The regular Apple II speed, the characters will animate normally, and things will be a bit different. So we'll start a new game. Get erase the old games. Gender doesn't matter. Race doesn't really matter. I have a tendency to play the elf with 2 intelligence. So I assume you've already played the game a little bit, seen what's going on, read a bit of the manual, etc. So we start on the shipwreck, and the way I'm going to play it is I'm not going to fight the rats that are right there. I'm going to avoid fighting the rats. There's a reason for that you will get to know at some other time in another Rickle Tips video. So search. Let's search here. There's a magic missile. Let's open. There's a trap. Let's open the chest, and we got 10 gold. Sometimes you don't get trapped. Sometimes you get 9 gold. Sometimes you get 10 gold. And here, what we're going to do is, again, this is there are a few spoilers here. There's the captain's log that you can read over here. As you can see, I mean, it's a great game with very modern features, although it looks very 1980s. And in fact, it was written in assembly language for the Apple II, and it runs on the Apple II platform. In case you have one lying around from your old days, or your father, or even grandfather. So there is a video by Chris Torrance of 6502 Workshop, the designers of this game, that you should probably watch if you don't want any spoilers that will tell you what's going on and how to start the game, etc. But so if you don't want any spoilers, go watch these videos. My videos in general will include spoilers and sometimes massive spoilers. In this specific video, the spoilers are relatively small. So here, the one spoiler is that, of course, there's a ladder down, so you're going to go down the ladder and you're going to see stuff, nothing special. Here, there's nothing interesting, and you go down the ladder again. Again, nothing really interesting in those cupboards, but here up north there are barrels. Again, here nothing, but there's a chest, and if you open the chest, there's a short sword. I mean, the difference between the short sword and your equipped hunting knife is very big. Now you see the hunting knife has a maximum damage of 23, and the short sword has a maximum damage of 36. That's a very very big difference. Not only is the damage larger, but the way the game is set up, uh, as enemies get stronger, they will become immune to lower level weaponry. So in some cases, you will have a weapon that doesn't do any damage. That it could be there could be a couple of reasons for that, but one of the reasons is that your weapon is too low a level and the enemy's defenses are much higher than uh, what your weapon can, the damage your weapon can do. So let's make sure that we are properly equipped right now before leaving. We've got the hunting knife, we've got the short sword. The short sword is equipped. You can see the star, and we're equipped with basic armor, very basic armor. We got some stuff here. As you can see, we do have two torches and still four lockpicks. And we have the magic missile that we found and the lesser heal. The way I play is I put the lesser heal on slot 0, and let's put magic missile on slot 1. And of course, we're going to save the game. So I saved both slots right now because there's nothing special here. And so I can use one of the slots for backup, the other slots for ongoing, in case I don't know if I am doing the right thing or not. So that's it. So we're in this first region. There's a town here. The town is called Everton. And we can enter the town or not. And I'm not going to enter the town. I'm going to be playing solo right now. There's a ton of stuff to do in the town. There's one person that you can recruit to your party, but I'm not going to do that. Actually, scratch that. I am going to enter the town, but not to recruit the player. As you can see, the music plays a lot faster than usual, so don't worry about it. Here, I'm going to go see the merchant. And you know, we've got 15 gold. And the one thing I'm going to do is grab a short bow. And I buy one short bow. And thank you very much. And I'm leaving. What's the value of the short bow? I'll show you right now. So you go and you use up the info of the short bow. So damage is lower than the short sword. You know, max damage 29, short sword max damage is 36, but the short bow can shoot from a distance. And let's leave. Oh, we got our HP. It's down a bit because of the trap. So let's cast the heal spell, and we're good. Now we save, and we start playing. So what we're going to do is stay in this region and fight certain enemies and not fight other enemies. Now this enemy is called the Rebel Rouser, and it's a great enemy to start with. You should always fight this enemy to start. So let's always fight tactical right now, and since we've got the short bow, we're just going to go and shoot these guys. And everything's great. We got 4 XP, and we're good to go. Now, you could use the short sword instead of the short bow, but it doesn't really matter at the beginning. The important thing is, depends on what kind of character you want to play. You want to play a pure melee character, you probably want to use a short sword, but the game, you're going to pretty much do the same thing, except that you're probably going to be using the heal spell quite a lot more. And let's go back here to the skills. That's an important window. It's a very important window where you can see all your skills, and the range skill is the only one that increased a little bit, or in lockpicking as well, because we did pick some locks in the shipwreck. The range skill is now 8 with a 2 of 8, and the range skill is extremely useful. In fact, all the skills are useful. Lockpicking, not so much. You can always buy more more lockpicks. Sorry, but the other skills are quite important. The dodge skill is hugely important to avoid any non-magic damage. The range skill is very important for both ranged players and magic users and magicians. Magicians using wands and staffs, those range staffs do use the range skill as well. And what the range skill does is it increases your range damage dramatically. So if you have a ranged weapon, it could start with a damage of, say, let's look at your short bow. It could be damage 29, and by the time your range skill has increased quite a bit, you will see your damage increase quite dramatically. Same thing with melee skills. Critical hit is is going to get you a lot of damage if you score a critical hit, and the critical hits skills will get you a percentage of critical hits dramatically increasing, and that's really great for assassins or across the board. Now, again, the dodge parry skill is probably the most important skill for survival in this game. But again, remember that magic bypasses the dodge parry skill. So you will always get hurt by magic, whatever you do with the dodge parry skill. So what we're going to do is stay around here and try to find certain enemies. Now, this enemy, the crab, is an enemy you do not want to fight. You are not strong enough to fight that guy right now. You will die. This guy here is the wild dog, the rabbit dog, sorry, and you can fight him. He's a relatively easy, relatively. Whoops, I attacked too fast and got killed. So we'll start again. And I'm starting again at super fast speeds, so we don't have to worry about this. Back down to just fast. And where are we now? We are again, same area, same thing. Nothing happened. You will be dying a lot, and if you don't watch out, you will happen to you the same as it happened to me. So here we go. Kill the rabble rouser, save again, slot 1, and we keep going. The wild dog that, okay, here's another rabble rouser, very good. Those guys are extremely easy, so they're probably your go-to enemy at the beginning of the game. And we got a copper dirk, we'll take it. And we got 6 XP and 14 gold. And the gold is very, very important, so that's very good. And the copper dirk now, if you can see, if you take a look at it, it needs a dexterity of 14, which we don't have at the beginning of the game. It's a level 2 weapon for thieves, assassins, etc. Anybody who's putting in dex. And the max damage isn't very high because of 2 reasons. One, you can use 2 of those weapons, and that's probably what you should do. And second, the critical hit damage of these weapons is extremely high. So overall, you will be dealing a ton of damage with these weapons. Here's an enemy pirate ship. You do not want to deal with that guy. Plus, he will shoot cannons, so you don't want to be close to him. And here's another tip: is the town guards will clear out any enemy up 4 tiles or less from the town as you exit the town. So I'm letting the ship get next to the town, and I enter the town. And now as I exit the town, the ship is gone. On the other hand, here comes the most useful early game enemy, which is the jellyfish. Hello, jellyfish. Let's attack the jellyfish. And the beauty of the jellyfish is that they do not have a ranged attack, and they can't walk on land. So we can stay on land if you want. If you're a bit worried, you can retreat a bit. And now you can just attack these jellyfish without any problem whatsoever. Now it takes a while to attack these jellyfish, and that's great. And I'll show you why it's great. Unfortunately, I'm doing pretty good damage pretty quickly. So we go, we shoot, we shoot, we shoot, we shoot. And the jellyfish are dead. So first of all, the jellyfish gives you great XP, 10 XP per jellyfish. At level 1, it's very good. And more importantly, you are increasing your range skill. And your range skill is now at 12 with 2 of 8. So it increased by 4 points pretty much since we started the game. And just to let you know, skill increase is a huge deal. You can find trainers that will increase your skills. But 2 things. One, the trainers will only train you up to 12 points per level. And second, they're exceedingly expensive, and you certainly want to go train as quickly as you've leveled up if you know the trainers, because at every level, if you haven't trained, you don't lose the points, but the next level, if you want to train, all the points will be more expensive, all of them. So here now I'm going to use the short sword to attack these guys, because the short bow is ineffective at very close range. Switch back to the short bow. So saving again, because everything's good and we're doing well. And as you can see, we are now with 34 XP out of 100. It's not that much, but it's pretty decent. Now, if you want, let's try to find another enemy. Here's a rabbit dog. That's okay. We can fight rabbit dogs. Now, the next enemy here is an enemy called... let's just first attack the rabbit dog. And we're going to tactically attack them. Come on, die. Okay. Short sword again. Whoa. Cast spell. Again, cast spell again. And cast spell again. And we're good to go. That was hairy. So now what we're going to do is... This region is a slightly higher level, so you got to be a lot more careful. So we're going to go inside this castle, Surtheld, and here's another tip, is go get a healer. Why the healer? Because the healer is less expensive than sleeping at an inn, especially at lower levels and if you're a single person. So now I talk to the healer and I want to heal the party for a single gold, and everything's good. So we back out and out again. And we exit. And let's get back into our original area and fight the rabble rousers. Oops, forgot to use a short bow again. And we got a light mace, that's good. So, by the way, now you see your range is at 14, 6 of 8. So it keeps increasing. And your short bow is still at max damage 29. Let's see, let's find jellyfish, please. Jellyfish, come on, you jellyfishies. So you walk around a bit. So I'm not talking to any NPCs in town. I'm not doing any of the quests. Those things you should be doing. So another thing that we can do is also use the magic missile. It's in this case here I've got 3 rabbit dogs, and I kind of want to stack the odds in my favor, so I'm going to cast magic missile on the closest dog, so I can attack him a little bit easier. And now again I have to switch short sword. Well, these guys are doing significant damage to me. That's not very cool. Not very lucky. Not lucky at all in this situation. So we're going to reboot again. I was saying again, sometimes you're just not lucky with the dice. Now, there are other ways to play this game, but this is the standard way. Oh, there we go. That's we got lucky here, and we got a jellyfish again. So let's make sure we've got the short bow and come on, jellyfish, in range. The short bow has a 5 tile range. The later bows have a better range than the short bow, of course. And the most powerful bows have a range of the whole map. And here is a snake. You do not want to fight this guy, ever. So what we're going to do is try to move away, there we go, from the snake, enter town, and exit town. Again, we're walking near the water. Ah, this is a wolf. No, yes, rabbit dog. No, that's a rabbit dog again. Sorry about that. Shall we attack the rabbit dogs? Ooh, tactical. Okay. Okay. All right. More rabbit dogs, and in this situation, I need probably to heal again. So let's go heal again. Make sure we don't die too much. Okay, we're good. Now we could rest outside of town and use up some of our food, but you can only rest if there are no enemies nearby, which was not the case here. So we're back. Attack. There's again 3 rabbit dogs. Let's use the magic missile to clear them out a bit. Fortunately, again, we don't have that many missiles, and we're going to use the short sword again. Again, very little luck, but we reached level 2. And now, level 2, you choose what kind of character you want to make depending on how much you allocate to strength, dexterity, and intelligence. You could play a basic fighter and increase your strength. Remember, my guy is an elf, and so he got +2 points in intelligence. But that's why the intelligence is 10. But you can play anything you want in this game. It's a completely open-ended game. You can play a straight fighter. You can play a battle mage. You can play an assassin. You can play a ninja. You can a ranger. I mean, basically anything you fancy, depending on how you want to set up your characters and the points you want to allocate. The one thing I do suggest is for you to read the manual, and specifically the armor and weapon lists, the known armors and weapons that's in the manual. It will show you the minimum strength and dexterity and intelligence necessary to wield those weapons and the armor. This way you won't make a mistake that is going to hurt you later on. And you might have to allocate all your points on a single attribute in order to be able to use the very high level weaponry and armor in this game. So be very careful and prepare yourself. Your max, because again there is a level cap at level 10, so you can't just keep adding attribute points. So enjoy yourselves. It's a very fun game. It's a little bit difficult, but not too difficult. And the second and third and fourth time you play it, it gets easier and easier, and it's still a lot of fun. It's a very long game. It's a very deep game, and I've enjoyed it so much more than so many AAA games lately. So have fun.